That's right. It is Monday night. It is 6 o'clock, and it is time for another edition of the Stadium Lights Coaches Show. And it is time for the Bison thank you episode. And it's also my birthday episode. So, I mean,
happy birthday, man.
Hey, Zach Ringler. Welcome, man. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing good. First time we've had the not head coach on the show. So, I mean, trendsetter for sure. Cheetah's handling business at the meetings right now. Do you send him with like a request like, hey, if you could, talk about this maybe?
Yeah, right before the season's over, we'll or right after it's over, we talk about who we want to advocate for. He has a list of guys he's like, hey, this is what I think that we should push for at the meetings. And then he asks if we have anything to add or any extra arguments, that we need to make, because it's basically just like a roundtable discussion that they have, and then everything goes to a vote. And so, and then you can't vote for your own guys and stuff. So you have to make your case, and then hopefully everybody, votes based on that and based on what they see on the field.
Yeah, it's these meetings that I hope things get changed. Personally, for me, I know I've had trouble with getting into certain events because I'm not on a radio dial or a TV station. But at the same time, I went to Glacier, and from everybody that I normally see at like state tournaments or championships, they're like, it was kind of chaotic. Some stuff was happening that shouldn't have been happening probably. And I'm like, this is not good for people like me. Like, this is how people like me get shut out, is because of stuff like that. So he said that stuff like that was probably going to get talked about. But, I think
like people on the field.
Yeah.
I noticed that when I was watching on TV that there was just a large amount of people on the
there
field,
were
on the side.
Parents and kids around the track, to the point where photographers were having to tell little kids to get out of their way because they were in that area that they're not supposed to be in. So it makes things harder for people like me, because it just takes one person or one time. And so I think he's on the money with that. It should be, as much as I love to see the highest seed get to host the championship, it's high school level. And so certain stadiums are just more well equipped to handle that. I mean, there's a reason why the Shrine game rotates the same 3 stadiums, And I'm biased. I love Memorial Stadium, but I've also been to Butte, and I think that's a great stadium too. But I think he's right in that you could have it at Wagriz or something like that. I mean, how do you feel about?
I've always felt that for all the classes that it should be, once you get to the championship, it should be at a neutral site, and it might not be neutral. I mean, if it's in Butte and that year Butte makes the title game, then that's just the way it is. But like some of those Class C schools, I mean, Flint Creek had to drive like, I don't know, 10 hours or whatever to get to their state championship game. That's wild, man. And I think they're undefeated. So it's like, well, why should this, I know you're both undefeated, but why is it one undefeated school has to travel across the state? And don't get me wrong, it's super cool. I've been to a state championship game out in Centerville, and it's wild. It's so cool. But it'd be cooler if it was at Memorial and just a central location, I think that's how every class should be. And for the AA, it'd be amazing if they could do it like opposite of Cat Grizz. I think that'd be really cool. So like this year, we could have had it in Bozeman, and they could have played the championship game in Bobcat Stadium. Just kind of rotate like that. Or you could rotate amongst, the more centrally located schools, or just bid on it like they do for the state basketball tournament and stuff like that. So I would be down for that. I think that would be fun.
All valid points. And, I love, I used to cover a lot of arena indoor football, and it was a similar setup. The winning team that was the highest seed got to host. And so I had been to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Des Moines, Iowa, and those places love hosting it. But for me and what I do, it's easier to know ahead of time. And so I think for a lot of people, if they're just fans of like AA football or just high school football in general, and I mean, Montana is one of those states where there probably are people like that, to know ahead of time is probably makes it a lot easier for arrangement. So we'll see how that discussion goes. I don't see it going that way, but it, like I said, just takes one time, one bad experience for it to change everything.
Yeah. I mean, I remember the first year they went to the 12-team format for playoffs. We beat Big Sky in the first round, and everybody's looking at the bracket and they're like, oh, you're going to Butte. You're going to go play in Butte. And like, well, bottom corner, there's in the fine print, they talked about reseeding. And so then we ended up going and playing number 1 Missoula Sentinel. So it was like everybody's planning on, we're going to Butte once we, if we win, and then we win, and all the parents and everybody were excited to go to Butte and play. But then they didn't realize, that we had to go to Sentinel. So because they did the reseeding, now they don't do the reseeding anymore.
I was going to say, I was
where
like,
you're going to go.
Yeah, I was like, you guys don't reseed. So, and I couldn't remember how long that had been, but it's interesting. The NFL is the only one that does a lot of things. And I think the reseeding is interesting, but it is what it is. So
it takes away from the Cinderella story a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder when you got to go through top seed to top seed to top seed. And I understand why they do it too, though. If you got a 15-2 team, they probably deserve to have the easiest route. So
I will say, though, on that subject, I have had like some of the coldest takes ever. Three big ones, 2 of which, though, related to what we were talking about. One was the year that the Eagles won the Super Bowl against the Patriots. So Wentz gets hurt, and he's having an MVP caliber season. And I said, man, shouldn't there be like a thing where it's like, if that happens to you, you could like swap with the next available team that was like on the bubble for the playoffs, and then you get like their draft pick and everybody's happy. And then they go on and they win the Super Bowl with Foles, and I look like an idiot.
Yeah.
And then the next one happened a year or 2 later, where I was just like, man, to think about the NCAA tournament, March Madness, you're one of those teams that scratches and claws your way all the way to get into the tournament, and maybe you had some like injuries or a bad schedule at the beginning of the year, but you fought your way all the way back, and now you're in as the 16. And once you reward, you get to play the number 1.
I know.
And then that's the year that there was the 16-1 upset for like the first time ever in history. So I have had some terrible takes. So I've kind of stayed away from that now. I still think there's some validity to what I was saying, but I guess there's got to be a story out there like that, or else we wouldn't have anything to make movies off of.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Looking back, though, at your guys' season, first playoff win under Cheetah had to be on the road, of course. And it was
never make it easy.
No, it was in Helena. I mean, what was that like for you guys to be down there? It was cold weather. It was a tough team. You guys are trying to get this monkey off your back as far as like, we just need to get that first win. And I think everything will kind of, go from there.
Yeah, it was surreal, I guess, that I think that's a good word for it. We go down and we're happy with the draw. Not just, Helena High's awesome. They're a really well coached team. And you just know they're gonna be tough. They're a lot like us. And we were happy though, just because it's so close. It's just so much easier to go down and we went down a little earlier in the day, and we got the kids lunch. So we all ate. Well, actually, we ate lunch before we left, I guess, and then we ate a team like dinner together. We're able to do all that, and we were lucky enough to be able to go and do our walkthrough at Carroll College, and so that was really cool for our kids to be out there. And them and Tech have the 2 nicest NAIA stadiums in the country, and so the kids are out there on the field at Carroll and doing their walkthrough. And they were just super focused all day. You could just tell from the get-go, from the time we got up and we met them for lunch to kickoff. And it was cold for sure.
it looks cold, man.
We go down and we make them punt. Okay, then it's like, all right, let's see what we do here. And then we score right away. And then it's just kind of like, oh yeah, we're getting this. And then we make them punt again, and then Steele gets hit just right. I mean, the helmet just right on the ball. It's perfect, and pops that ball out. And that kind of changed the tide there for a little bit. And it was huge. Our guys had to take a step back and respond to that, And I think that facing like the diversity that we faced against Senior late in the year there, getting popped in the mouth there and having to respond back the next week, I think that they were able to dig back down into that and able to respond back. And like went to halftime, and there was no yelling or anything. It was just like, hey, we're better than this. We're better. You guys are prepared. What we're doing is working. We just got to not make so many mistakes. And man, it was, what is it? Would serendipitous be the right word? And that's the first place.
Sure, yeah.
That's where Cheetah got his first win at Helena High. And it was a huge game. They were one of the top ranked teams in the state. And then we go down and we get that first playoff win for Cheetah at Helena High.
Yeah, it was something where I'm like trying to watch, but none of the logins are working for me. So I'm like, refresh on like Montana AA prep, looking for the scores and who's got the updates. And I was like, man, this is going to come down to the wire. I'm trying to relax for the night because I've got a full day of robot fighting the next day, and I'm trying to relax and I can't because I'm just like, what's happening? And you guys are 2 hours behind me.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to lose some sleep over this. And then finally, I got the final score. You sent me that video and everything.
That was awesome,
cool.
wasn't it?
Oh man, that was so cool.
I'll tell you what, man, my stomach never relaxed after. I mean, finally, I kind of like the tension went away, but man, like, doing all this handling the special teams when we had to punt there at the end, I was just like, we got a sophomore snapper who's Roman's the best long snapper in the state, but still, he's 15 years old and he's out there and it'll be cool when you get a chance to talk to Tristan here in a little bit. It's immediately we see that it's going high and I could have thrown up on the sideline. And it wasn't super high, but it was still, it was just not sure if it was going to be out of his reach. And Tristan climbed the ladder and he went up and got it and just delivered a great kick for us. And it just rolled and then it just kept burning time off the clock. And it was like, wow, like best case scenario, given the fact that I was about to throw up 5 seconds ago. So
well, it is the month of Christmas time. Thanksgiving comes and goes so quickly. I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. By the way.
Same to you. It was good, man.
What is the greatest Christmas gift you've ever gotten?
Oh gosh, the greatest Christmas gift I've ever gotten. This is going to sound super cheesy, but my son, he was born. He was born on New Year's Eve.
Wow. Okay.
It was like, it just that whole, I don't remember very much about that Christmas at all, except for just trying to enjoy the last week without kids. And then, yeah. And when he came, made me a dad, it was really
solid answer. It makes mine of the PlayStation with the Spyro demo compact that I got for my parents. I never got video game consoles ever, right? Like, and my sister pranked me one year by getting a N64 box and putting a bunch of not N64 stuff in that box.
Oh, that's cruel, man.
And so when I open it, I freak out for probably about 5-10 minutes. And then I open it and I was on the verge of tears. I went from so happy to so like, why would you do this? so when I got the PlayStation with the Spyro demo disc, I was just like, this is like the coolest thing ever. Like I sat down and I assume it was like similar to kids that got their first Nintendo. I remember I also got a Super Nintendo. I don't know if it was for Christmas or not, but that was kind of my coming of age system was PlayStation, right? Because then it had like Splinter Cell and it had the Maddens, and it was your doorway to like, oh my god, it's more than Mario out there. That's so cool.
That would be the same for us too. If it was or for me and my brothers, if it makes you feel better, when me and my brother got an N64. And we got Mario Kart 64, and that was that before my son, that was like the Christmas that stood out. I remember it being like we were just like screaming, like I would probably still feel that way with him if we got a chance to play Mario Kart 64. I should bust that out sometime. Take Kale on.
Hey, I beat Cheetah at Mario Kart here, so he was not happy about that.
I just got my butt kicked by my wife.
I love it.
I hit her. Yeah, man, I was in the lead and I used my ghost a little bit too early.
She's not having
she hit me with a
excuses.
shell right before the finish line.
Oh, all right. Well, two things before we conclude our time with Coach Ringler here. One is you get to choose a question that I ask everybody after you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, man. Can we come back to this one? Let me think about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that all right?
Yep. And then the other thing was just before we started the show, we did a surprise for Mr. Coulter DeVos. He is our October Athlete of the Month, male October Athlete of the Month. And I mean, watching him and a lot of the kids, or young adults, athletes around here in this town and across the state is just such a treat for me. And seeing, the Cole Taylors, Archie LaFerges, the Reed Harrises, and now I can add, Wyatt and his younger brother, Coulter DeVos, to that. I mean, just how, for me, it's such a treat. But for you as a coach, like, what's it like watching these guys play?
Without getting emotional, I've been lucky, man. I've coached some dudes and just great overall people. Both the DeVosses wore number 40. Cooper Collins there after Wyatt wore number 40. Zach Newton, who also is a stud over at Montana Tech, wore number 40. Like they're just good people. And they just work their asses off all the time. You know what you're going to get from them. You know they're going to be there. You know they're going to give their full effort. You know you can count on them when it comes down to just needing to play. You know, like Crosstown, man, both DeVos brothers ended Crosstown sacking, getting a sack at the end. Wyatt did it to Cole Taylor, and then to Caleb. Coulter got Caleb Taylor at the end. You know, just like it was like they kind of threatening and then being able to get that sack, and it's like just that just like epitomizes like just you need a play, and man,
there it is.
They just come out for you. Yeah, I've been damn lucky, dude. It's made my life a lot easier.
I've never seen Cheetah so fired up. Like he's always so like
no,
you know, on
dude,
the sideline.
Nuts.
When he sees me with my camera and he's just like, are you done? But when that happened and he just went, I don't even know, like he just went full Cheetah. That was crazy. Yeah. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch. Great season.
Coulter almost blew my hip out, I think, when we went up and hip bumped, and I came down sideways, and I forget that he's like a 260-pound kid. Just took me out. But after that last sack, it was just total, like, I think we all just blacked out for a little bit.
What happened? I blacked out.
I know. And Coulter just did that just game after game after game for us. Then I was lucky enough to obviously Steele's at DN. That's been awesome. Just natural at everything he does. Was lucky enough to coach Reed at DN. Man, talk about a combination that I got to coach. I got to coach Reed Harris and Wyatt DeVos at DN. And then I got to coach Steele Harris and Coulter DeVos. Easiest. I've had the easiest job over the last 5 or 6 years. I'm telling you.
Jesus watching right now. He's like, let's go. He must have known. He had to have known we were talking about it. That's the first time he's jumped in the comments. All right. Your question for everybody else. Do we want to do like worst Christmas gift for everybody?
The worst Christmas gift. Yeah, let's do that. Let's keep it light.
Okay. All right. We'll keep it light. So we got Tristan O'Leary. Who else did you bring with you tonight?
Rivers hair.
Ooh, yeah. That'll be good.
He did his hair nice for you.
And we are going to end things with the one and only Trig Traeger. This is going to be so much fun tonight. We didn't get a chance to do this during the cross-country crossover, but we're going to do it tonight. Also, Montana Tech over Carroll, 31-21. I don't know who's Tech and who's Carroll, but man, those two teams never disappoint when they play each other.
Dude, that's great.
Tech is going to host College of Idaho. That's going to be a slobber knocker. So just props to both teams. They've had great seasons so far. Tech just happens to continue now. But
I know, man.
Carroll, man, they really came back.
Stacking.
Yeah,
it's getting better. Kyle Sampson's done great, man. That whole coaching staff is awesome.
Dude, he can coach, man. Like seriously, that dude can coach.
I love we go down there for camp. Went down there this last year, and I love those guys. They're so, and I don't know, they willing to sit down with you and talk ball anytime. And you just, man, when you send kids there to play there, you know that they're going to maximize everything.
All right. Well, one more time for assistant coach Ringler. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Yeah. Good to have you.
Thanks for having me on, man.
And we're going to see if we can come up with a fun show next season, breaking down film and whatnot.
Yeah, let's do it.
Team Man in the Ringer. Look for that. Fall 2026, if we can get that worked out. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so we will be back with Tristan O'Leary after this commercial break.
The Stadium Lights Coaches Show is made possible by our proud sponsors, Mars of Great Falls, your one-stop shop for a variety of automobile restoration services. Call today at 406-315-2142 or stop in and see Archie yourself at 1224 19th Avenue South. Schulte's 38th Street Store and Coffee House. Family owned and the best chicken in town if you ask me. But don't take my word for it. Stop in and see for yourself at 3800 3rd Avenue South. A Cutting Crew and Nails too. Located at 315 17th Avenue Northeast. Walk-ins are welcome or call and book an appointment today. 406-771-4900. Russell Country Federal Credit Union, where they believe in helping you and your children achieve financial success while building a better community. They want to be your financial home, so stop in their Great Falls or Fairfield office and get started on your new account today. Mountain West Farm Bureau Insurance, the Eric Dirk Agency, protecting what matters most, local service you can trust, and specializing in home, auto, life, and farm ranch products. And finally, C.M. Russell Hall of Famer Linda Morin, Rustler Pride.
All right, we are back. We got Tristan O'Leary. Welcome, man. How you doing?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good, man. So, season is come and gone. It's always bittersweet time of year, but sum it up for me. Like, what were your big takeaways?
We were a young team, but throughout the season we grew and ended with the playoff win, so that was fun.
So, your first time as the signal caller full time. How confident are you now going into the next year?
Pretty confident. I'm already ready.
Oh, already ready? I like the spirit. That's good. Anybody watching on the live stream at home, if you have questions for any of our guests, feel free to drop them in the comments. I know Cheetah was watching, so he may have a question or two for you. I can't guarantee, what that is, but okay. So, best Christmas present you've ever gotten?
Probably my Xbox One, like 6 or 7 years ago.
Okay, yeah. Was that like the start of gaming for you? It's just like this is the doorway.
No, I started with like a leapfrog, I think what it was called.
That doesn't count. Leapfrogs don't count. That's for learning, not for fun.
Then I'd probably say an Xbox 360 is where I started.
Oh, okay. So how did you become Team Xbox? Because there's kind of like that, you got to make a decision and then you're going to follow the generations.
I don't know. I just like the controller.
That's awesome. Well, actually, I needed to change my answer. I said it was the PlayStation 2, but really the best Christmas gift I ever got was one that I literally, I think, begged for. So I'm huge into fishing and outdoors, but there was a game that came out. It was the first of its kind. There we go. And it had where you didn't have to use the controller, where I don't know if you've ever played like old school fishing games. You got to like turn the knob, kind of. You got to rotate like the knob to reel, and you got to like hold the trigger to cast and all this. This was an actual PlayStation controller turned into a fishing rod. So you could actually cast, and then it had the reel, and you could like adjust the drag. And it came with a game. I'm trying to remember. It was like Bass Challenge or something. Bass Pro. It was the coolest thing ever. Like I wasted so many hours catching, not real fish on that thing. But to have that, to be able to cast, reel, and then you could drive the boat with the joystick. That's the word I was looking for. Joystick. So that was the coolest gift I've ever gotten. So now, because of Ringler, we got to follow up. What's the worst gift you've ever gotten on Christmas?
I don't know. Maybe just candy, something simple candy that I don't like.
Underwear and socks for me. To the point where when my wife and I got together, I said, look, I don't care how badly I need either of them. Christmas and my birthday, because I have a December birthday, which a lot of times you're like, oh, well, for your birthday and Christmas, we'll get you this. I said I never want clothes unless it's like a jersey for the Niners. But socks and underwear, no. Like that is not a gift. That is that I will go out and buy my own when I need them. So, simple stuff. I don't get it. What's been the craziest thing you've asked for Christmas?
I don't know. I don't ask for a lot of crazy things.
Really? You don't shoot for the moon? Maybe like I want a new Remington 270 with the Bushnell scope or anything like that?
No, I don't ask for a lot.
Okay, fair enough. Well, we just had Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. How was yours?
It was pretty good. How about yourself?
It was pretty good. I got to hang out with Killian for the day. That was something. Build me your Thanksgiving plate?
Turkey, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, a roll, some stuffing, and a green bean casserole.
You lost me at green bean casserole, but I'll give you the rest. Okay. But I got to figure out what it is. It's an epidemic, this green bean casserole thing. But white or dark meat for the turkey?
I think it was white.
Okay. And then for the mac and cheese, is it like Kraft macaroni and cheese, or is it the stuff that you have to like almost cut with like a fork and a knife?
Like baked mac and cheese.
Oh, baked mac and cheese. Okay, all right, we're good. That's a solid plate. So what are you looking to accomplish next year now that you've had a full season under your belt? You know what you did good, what you didn't do so good, things like that. Obviously, you've probably had conversations with Cheetah about like, okay, so this is the bar that we've set for you. Here's how to exceed it.
Like stats wise.
I mean, we can go stats wise or just personal. I don't know if you have like any personal goals that aren't stats that you want to accomplish. I mean, it's gonna be what, your senior year next year, right? So it's no holding back, kind of give it your all.
Definitely get my completion percentage up to like a 66, and I'm gonna try and throw for over 20 touchdowns next season.
How many did you have this year?
I think it was 14 or 16.
Okay, so that's a solid goal. I like that. 20 touchdowns. Were there any called back or drops where you would have had probably 20? Like any oh man, that should have been one. Not to call anybody out.
One against West was Steele, but mistakes happen. And Cadence against Belgrade was a big one.
Okay, all right, that's fair. So 20 touchdowns. Do you do a lot with your feet at all? I remember you did some scrambling, but
Not really.
don't have a rushing goal.
No, I'm gonna get it up next year. That's one of my big goals in the offseason is improve my ground game.
Okay, so a lot of time in the weight room, I'm guessing, with the leg press and then bench press. Yeah. What's how much do you bench right now?
205.
205. What are you looking to bench before season starts next year?
Before the season starts, around 245.
Wow. Okay, so you got a busy like winter and then summer coming up.
Yeah.
What other sports do you do?
I run track, and that's about it.
Not one of those fall football right into basketball or wrestling and then finish it out with track.
No, I did basketball my freshman year, and then I'd rather spend my time this winter in the weight room.
Okay. Well, I'm not knocking it. I think that however you guys stay healthy and active is whatever you got to do. And so, basketball is just for some people and it's not for others. What was it about basketball where you finally realized, I think I can skip this sport?
I was horrible at scoring. Really bad.
That's kind of an important thing, right? Is the whole scoring aspect.
I was all right at defense, but I couldn't score. Our only scorer was Caden. That was about it.
Wow. So did you spend any time like just trying to find that, what do they call it, the sweet spot on the, whether it's around the perimeter or the foul line, and just try to get that down so that you could always find that spot, hopefully get fed the ball and then have a chance to score?
The only spot I could shoot from was the right wing. But
okay.
I didn't spend a lot of time.
Oh, man. Well, as far as track and field goes, is it mainly the endurance stuff? Do you do long distance running, short distance running, or what's your event?
I'm just gonna do sprinting this year, like the 100, the 200, and maybe the 4x4. Hopefully not.
That way, if you get around the corner, around the edge, you can beat the guys to the end zone, right?
Yeah.
There we go. That's the thinking right there. What was the best thing about having the senior class that you got to play with this year?
Like my favorite people, or like
favorite people, and then favorite thing about them as a whole. Because I mean, it was. I really enjoyed last year's senior class, but then as I got to know the seniors this year, I really enjoyed them as well. I mean, there's some dudes, in that senior class, and I think each class brings its own thing. So what did they bring that you guys hope to, I guess, as a senior class meet next year or exceed?
They brought pretty well energy during practice and during games. Michael Vandermissen was always hyping me up, so.
Who was, other than him, who was the biggest hype guy in the senior class?
Biggest hype guy? Either Bladen or Trey. They always would talk to me before game, especially Bladen.
The encouragement talk? Okay, I was going to say, do they smack talk to you? You're better than them. Go, get out there. What's your pregame ritual like? And is it going to change next year at all?
I don't really have a pregame ritual, but I guess you could say just calming down, listening to calming music, and trying to get my mind ready and imagining what the game's going to go like, going through my progressions, going through my reads, and yeah.
What's your go-to calming music? Is it Enya?
Nah. I don't know. It's I forgot what they're called.
Oh, so is it like arranged music?
No, I usually just listen to one. Like
Yeah, you can look it up. Go ahead. I'm curious now. You've piqued my curiosity.
I'd say Coldplay. I listen to a lot of Coldplay. before the days.
Coldplay.
Yeah.
Man, okay. Hey, that's good for relaxing and chilling, or for outing CEOs and their HRs. Killian just died at that joke. I know that's terrible. Sometimes I bring in the pop culture references, but it's like that is solid. All right. Well, other than the 20 touchdowns, I mean, when you leave that field for the last time next year, whether it be regular season or playoffs, what do you hope people say about Tristan O'Leary for future classes? You know, that you had the chance to play with under you.
I'd want to be known as one of the top 3 greatest quarterbacks at Great Falls High, and one of the most accurate passers.
Okay. All right, man. Well, you've got my vote of confidence. You were the crosstown player of the game. I mean, that was crazy. And, I think you showed a lot of potential out there. I'm excited to see you work for these goals. I love knowing them, and I will probably help push you towards them. Not that you're on my fantasy team or anything, but I'll just be like, hey, if you could throw it a little more, there's a chance you could get that. But Cheetah's going to have a plan for you. And we trust in Cheetah. We trust as far as Bison football goes. But I think you guys are set up for success next year. I'm excited to see how things go. But thank you so much for joining me. One more time, Tristan O'Leary of the Great Falls High Bison. Appreciate you, my man. And so we will be back with Rivers after this commercial break. Don't go anywhere.
The Stadium Lights Coaches Show is made possible by our proud sponsors, Mars of Great Falls, your one-stop shop for a variety of automobile restoration services. Call today at 406-315-2142 or stop in and see Archie yourself at 1224 19th Avenue South. Schulte's 38th Street Store and Coffee House. Family owned and the best chicken in town if you ask me. But don't take my word for it. Stop in and see for yourself at 3800 3rd Avenue South. A Cutting Crew and Nails too. Located at 315 17th Avenue Northeast. Walk-ins are welcome, or call and book an appointment today, 406-771-4900. Russell Country Federal Credit Union, where they believe in helping you and your children achieve financial success while building a better community. They want to be your financial home, so stop in their Great Falls or Fairfield office and get started on your new account today. Mountain West Farm Bureau Insurance, the Eric Dirk Agency. Protecting what matters most, local service you can trust, and specializing in home, auto, life, and farm ranch products. And finally, C.M. Russell Hall of Famer Linda Morin, Rustler Pride.
All right, we are back, and one more Bison football member, Rivers. Welcome, man. How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Are you a wrestler too?
No, I used to wrestle.
I was gonna say that is the handshake of a wrestler at some point, man. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah. Sad the season's over.
Yeah, definitely.
What was your big takeaway from it?
Just to work hard, You got to put everything into the game, leave it all out on the field.
And I forget, are you junior or senior?
I'm a junior.
Okay, so you still got a whole other year with Cheetah and Tristan and all those guys. But, obviously every senior wants to end on the highest note that they can. But you guys were able to do as juniors, and then the rest of the team, something that hadn't been done yet, and that was get Cheetah's first playoff win. What was that experience like for you from your perspective down in Helena?
It was kind of crazy. The team didn't start out super hot. Everyone was kind of like dead at the end of the season. But I'd say after the first quarter, everybody picked it up. After Helena started getting pretty scrappy. And then our seniors, they were super scrappy. They'd fight anyone.
I feel like your guys' team, the best way to sum it up, the 2025 Bison, is that you guys had to get punched in the mouth first before you started just punching.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I agree.
Yeah. And what's it like getting a victory like that on the road? Because it's postseason now, there's no next game. And I know a lot of guys play for that hush in the crowd.
It was an amazing feeling, Sophomore year, we didn't do good in the playoffs, got out first round. And it was sad to see all those seniors lose. So it was was a good feeling to be able to give the seniors a playoff win.
Yeah, you guys won in great fashion. I think I never quit fighting, and I wish I could have been there for that one. But I'm just glad that you guys got it. It was for me. It was overdue, a long time coming for Cheetah. He's assembled great squads. What's the best feature about Cheetah as a coach from your perspective?
He's super supportive. He's the only person that will ask you how your day is every day. You see him in the hallway. How's it going?
I could see that.
Good.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. Well, you used to wrestle,
Yeah.
not anymore. What happened there? Why'd you say nah?
Well, I moved here in 4th grade, and then I wrestled for another year, and then I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that anymore.
Great Falls High has a pretty solid wrestling team, though.
Yeah,
I'm surprised you
no.
didn't get back into it.
Yeah, everyone's been trying to get me to do it. when I see people, they're like, "You look like a wrestler," but
I'm glad it's not just me. I didn't want to stereotype you at all. But I was like,
Yeah.
man, you look like you used to wrestle, or you are a wrestler. So you know winter sports then?
no, not for the school. I just snowboard a bunch.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
I respect that. Yeah, I love snowboarding. How did you get into snowboarding?
My best friend in 7th and 8th grade, his grandparents owned Showdown.
Oh,
and then
wow.
they sold it to his aunt. So we still go up a bunch, and we just stay up there at the house.
Those pesky
for every winter.
friends and their peer pressure and influence, I tell you.
Yep.
Where does it end? Well, it is Christmas time now that it's officially December. What's the best Christmas gift you've ever gotten?
Probably my first Xbox when I was like 7.
Wow.
It was me and my brother's favorite thing.
What was the go-to game for you guys?
This is when we played soccer, so it'd have to be FIFA.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Was there a game that you guys ventured into that you didn't expect to enjoy as much as you did?
Nothing I can think of.
Because I know a lot of guys, I don't even know where they would have gotten into Halo, except for a lot of people. We got down on GoldenEye, James Bond 07. That's like the OG first-person shooter. But now there's like Black Ops and there's Battlefield and there's all these. So did you guys ever venture into any of those big titles?
We played Halo a bunch.
Yeah.
With our cousins too. But
What's the record? You and your brother?
I'm definitely better than.
Of course you are. And then, what is the worst Christmas gift you've ever gotten?
Worst Christmas gift I've ever. A book.
A book?
Yeah.
What book was it?
I don't know.
It was that forgettable.
I'm not a book person.
Oh, okay. Audiobook at all? Have you tried that at
not
all?
really.
No. I don't read much either. I've gotten into a lot of autobiographies of people that I find very interesting in their lives and everything. And if there's stuff that I can maybe adapt from what they've done, getting to where they are and what I'm trying to do. But I did the Hunger Games, and then Hatchet was a book that I really got into. I'd enjoy Hatchet. Give it a look.
I've read some of it.
Okay. Hatchet was a good one. And then I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I got into. My wife, she's the reader between the two of us. So I'm just like, I'll wait for it to hit, theaters or DVD.
Yeah.
So snowboarding in the winter, and then let's see here. I'm gonna assume you do track because Cheetah makes all you guys do track. What's your event though? You were thrower?
No, I just do the 100 and the 200.
The 100 and the 200. Have you thought about throwing it all? I mean,
I threw freshman year, and then I kind of sucked at it, so I just didn't do it again.
We can't have that. No.
Yeah.
I can't suck at a sport. As I sit here, knowing that I sucked at plenty of sports. So what are you hoping? We asked Tristan what goals he has for next year. It can be stats. I mean, it can be just overall like how you want people to remember Rivers Herring when you walk off that field. Like what's senior year looking like for you right now?
I just want to be known for how I run, like running through people. Not scared of contact. Like last year, looking up to Braden Rankin, just watching him bulldoze through people.
Oh,
it's a crazy thing. Someone to look up to. I want to be like Braden.
Yeah, Rankin was a really good running back. There's been a lot of really good running backs for both schools since I've gotten here. It's just crazy. Did you ever get a chance to see Rafe in action?
I did once.
He's a bit more nimble. He's a bit more of a cutter. You're not a cutter
quick.
though. You want to plow through the line.
Yeah.
So what's it going to take to get there? Like, what do you bench and press now, and what do you got to do? What's your
Just
goal?
been working out a bunch, twice a day, 3 times a day,
Yeah,
couple hours.
yeah.
Yep.
So playoff win is that something where it's like now that it's happened, you feel a sense of relief, or is it more pressure to be like, okay, now we know what it takes to get there and do that, so we got to do it again next year?
Yeah, we definitely for next year we definitely are the people, and I think I think we should do pretty good. You know,
Okay.
we got Caden Steele running down, getting the ball, scoring touchdowns. Me and Mason running the ball down straight down the middle.
The ground game is going to be fun to watch, but just remember your quarterback wants 20 passing
Oh
touchdowns.
yeah, I know. I know.
This is going to be an interesting season to watch because you guys got to get your touches, plain and simple. I mean, the ground game is where it's at, and your quarterback wants he's got a number in mind.
Yeah, he wants to throw. That's for sure.
Okay, finish the sentence. It's not Christmas until
December.
That might be one of the greatest answers of any question I've ever heard here. It's not Christmas until December. So are you a big Thanksgiving guy then?
No, not really.
No, okay. But you can't hear the Christmas music until December kind
Yep.
of guy? Okay.
Yep.
So it's not the first snow, it's not when the tree goes up, it's December 1st.
Yep.
My
December
birthday
1st.
every year
Yep.
is you're like, hey, it's Christmas time,
It's
man.
Christmas time. Yeah.
All right, so that epic question and answer is going to be how we conclude our time with Rivers Herring on our Thank You Great Falls High show. And then Coach Killian brought a member of the cross country team with him, so we will talk to her right after this. But hey, one more time for Rivers Herring. Thank you so much, my man. It's been a pleasure. And we will be back with more of the Coaches Show right after this.
The Stadium Lights Coaches Show is made possible by our proud sponsors, Mars of Great Falls, your one-stop shop for a variety of automobile restoration services. Call today at 406-315-2142 or stop in and see Archie yourself at 1224 19th Avenue South. Schulte's 38th Street Store and Coffee House. Family owned and the best chicken in town if you ask me. But don't take my word for it. Stop in and see for yourself at 3800 3rd Avenue South. A Cutting Crew and Nails too. Located at 315 17th Avenue Northeast. Walk-ins are welcome or call and book an appointment today. 406-771-4900. Russell Country Federal Credit Union, where they believe in helping you and your children achieve financial success while building a better community. They want to be your financial home, so stop in their Great Falls or Fairfield office and get started on your new account today. Mountain West Farm Bureau Insurance, the Eric Dirk Agency, protecting what matters most, local service you can trust, and specializing in home, auto, life, and farm ranch products. And finally, C.M. Russell Hall of Famer Linda Morin, Rustler Pride.
All right, and we are back with Layla from the cross country team. How you doing? Welcome.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So, we wanted to thank everybody from the Fall Sports. I know that you guys didn't get crosstown, but overall, how was the season for you?
It was good. It was really successful. I think as a team, we improved in our mental states a lot, which I think is more important.
Mm-hmm.
Running is like a lot of it is physical, but most of it is really mental. So it's good to think about that, even if you feel like your physical running isn't successful. But
all right. Well, let's see. What is one of the quirkiest things about Killian?
I think all of his math shirts, he wears a shirt every day that probably has a math joke on it. So probably those. If I had to pick something.
And his dad jokes. Is there wow, you already are like, I'm preparing myself for this question here. His dad jokes, is there one that stands out to you as like a legendary dad joke?
One that really made me laugh is in class one time he said, we'll get this finished up and then you can head out like a baby.
You didn't. You really did. Wow.
That was funny.
Did it take a few people a minute to
It always takes me a minute, and then I laugh, and then he's like, "Oh, you got it." So yeah,
That's awesome. Well, what year are you?
I'm a sophomore.
Okay, so you got two more years of that.
Yes.
She doesn't look too thrilled to have 2 more years of Killian. Well, what is the biggest thing that you can do in the off season? Because obviously there's track and field, which I'm guessing you probably do long distance track and field.
I'm planning on doing it this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
But winter, like how do you stay run ready?
So I'm a swimmer, so usually
Oh, okay.
and I've been swimming since I was like 5. So
Okay.
I kind of started running when I was a little bit older, like middle school. So yeah, that's mostly what I do, but I also really enjoy running, and yeah, I consider them both kind of my main sports. But
So how did you get into swimming?
all of my siblings did it. I have 4 older siblings, and they all did it, and my parents just put me in it, and I loved it. So I
You're-
just kept going.
Did they literally throw you in the deep end and say swim?
No, I was in lessons for a really long time, but
Oh, okay. I see how it is. All
yeah,
right. Well, you guys got a really good team.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
4 teams, 2 schools, 1 family. What? Because we're going to get into winter sports. That's what this kind of is we're wrapping up fall sports, getting into winter. What is it that sticks out to you about swimming and Coach crazy Coach Mac?
I think it's just really cool how you can be, even though you're all on different teams and technically competing against each other, the girls and the boys, but it's really cool how you can practice together every day. And I don't know if any of our other teams are like that, where you practice with like your opponents, and you make such close friends with people from different schools. I think that's the best part about it. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely the most unique crosstown of all the crosstowns because you guys practice together. I mean, I don't think there's been any sort of bad blood, if you want to go that far. I do know that there was the year Julie Tenaple was a swimmer. She was a great swimmer too. And
Yeah.
I remember talking to her after Crosstown, and I said, "So, I mean, it is what it is, but how do you feel?" She's like, "No, no, no, no. There was a time where I was like, okay, we got to win this next race if we're going to beat them."
that's funny. I don't even think I paid attention last year.
Oh,
I
wow.
think it's just crosstown is just supposed to be fun, and you just swim whatever races you want because it's the one opportunity you have to do it. So we just have fun, I think. But
When it comes to training for swimming and cross country, and we'll even throw track in there because it's so much of like you versus you. Like
Mhm.
it's not against really anybody except like if you're racing, okay, then it's against other people.
Yeah.
Which essentially you are in all 3. But it really comes down to time. Time is what gets you into qualifying for state and so forth. So when it comes to the mental preparation of like you beating you and getting your personal best and getting to state and qualifying, like how do you train that? Like, how do you train for that?
I think you really just try to focus on your goals, I think is the main thing. And you have to, there are times in swimming and cross country where you like see another person from another city is really close to beating you or has already beaten you and you get wrapped up in it a lot. But I think the most important thing is to focus on your own goals and to just ignore the rest because it's not as important. And just improving how you feel about the sport and also how you're doing is what's more important.
So there's a photo I have saved somewhere in an album that I like to look back on every once in a while. It's a swimming photo. I believe it's Michael Phelps. It was one of the biggest races of his entire career. And it's the photo of the guy who had talked a lot of crap about beating him. And he is looking over into the lane that he's in while Phelps is looking straight ahead.
Mhm.
And it says basically winners focus on winning, losers focus on winners. Right.
Yeah.
And so I remember thinking about that. And I try to live that as best I can because there's so much, going on in the world of media. And I try to draw inspiration from certain things. But at the end of the day, I'm just focused on me and doing my thing,
Mhm.
and worrying about if I'm putting out, in my opinion, what's my best quality product and content out there. I'm not looking at like, well, who's doing this and how can I do it better? It's more of like, how can I be the best version of me I can? Is that what a lot of the training is for all 3 or just swimming, or how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, people will always say that to you. And it's easy to just kind of be like, well, I really want to beat them. And I've found myself caught up in that, just being really competitive. And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you just remember that you're really in it to improve and not to worry about what other people are doing, because there's always going to be someone better. And I have to remind myself that often, that it's not really about anybody else. It's just about me trying to improve and enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can beat the last person's answer on this. Finish the sentence. It's not Christmas until.
After Thanksgiving.
That's a very close second. I don't know if anybody can beat December, but okay. So it's not first snow. It's not when the tree goes up. It's not the festival of lights or anything.
No.
It's after Thanksgiving. It can be Christmas time.
I feel like our whole family always says, like, there's no Christmas music until after Thanksgiving. We got to let Thanksgiving have its moment.
We kind of, I mean, we'll have Thanksgiving dinner, but we get so amped up for Christmas or Grinchmas in our house that the second that we feel it's okay to start putting up decorations, we do it.
Yeah, I get that too. It's fun putting up Christmas decorations. Sometimes we do it early, but most of the time it's after Thanksgiving.
All right, greatest Christmas gift you've ever gotten?
I think like 4 years ago, our parents took us to see Wicked for Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
on stage. That was super cool.
Oh, like the production, like
Yeah.
that. Oh, wow.
In
Okay.
Spokane.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my hometown. Good. And the worst Christmas gift you've ever gotten?
I don't think there's been a worse Christmas gift. I don't know. I don't think I have one.
Wow, you're batting 1,000 for getting Christmas gifts. I'm
Well,
impressed by this.
No, I feel like I usually appreciate everything because it's usually stuff I need also.
Okay. To be fair, I'm not saying you don't appreciate them, but like I said earlier, when I get the underwear and socks, it's just like, okay, like this is the time for giving fun things, not things that I know I needed, but I can handle myself as an adult. So anything like that, anything that could have been, hey, this could have been an email, that kind of gift.
I don't know. I feel like I've probably gotten like a toothbrush in my stocking.
Okay. There we go.
Something like that.
that works. Toothbrush in the stocking. I will accept that. Yeah, that's something that you could. Those are the gifts that I say this could have been an email, because there's a lot of times meetings could have been emails, and that's how I feel about certain gifts. But what's the big plan for next year, as far as what's your PR looking like, and just what do you want to achieve in the pool and on the track?
I think for cross country or for swimming and track.
Let's say for cross country next year, and then as we get ready for swimming and track this year.
Okay. For cross country, I've been wanting to, like, by the end of my high school career, to break 20 minutes in a 5K. And I just want to keep working towards that. And, it didn't happen this year, but it's okay, because I've just, my mental state improved a lot, which helped not feeling like I wanted to die every race.
That's a big one, yeah.
And also just getting less upset when things didn't go my way. It's really important to just focus on trying to improve. That's really what I'm in it for.
That's all you can do at the end of the day. Self-improvement. I always say, one of my favorite quotes that I believe I came up with, I don't know who said it. I'm pretty sure I did, so I'll take credit for it. But it's be better tomorrow than you were yesterday with what you learned today.
Yeah.
So it's a constant process. Every day is something. So be better tomorrow than you were today with what you learned yesterday. So, all right. This has been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
I look forward to seeing you in the pool at winter sports, and talking with Coach McNamee is going to be a real treat here on the Coaches Show. I can just tell already. So one more time for Ella. Thank you so much. And we're going to wrap things up with Trig Traeger after this commercial break.
The Stadium Lights Coaches Show is made possible by our proud sponsors, Mars of Great Falls, your one-stop shop for a variety of automobile restoration services. Call today at 406-315-2142 or stop in and see Archie yourself at 1224 19th Avenue South. Schulte's 38th Street Store and Coffee House. Family owned and the best chicken in town, if you ask me. But don't take my word for it. Stop in and see for yourself at 3800 3rd Avenue South. A cutting crew and nails too. Located at 315 17th Avenue Northeast, walk-ins are welcome or call and book an appointment today, 406-771-4900. Russell Country Federal Credit Union, where they believe in helping you and your children achieve financial success while building a better community. They want to be your financial home, so stop in their Great Falls or Fairfield office and get started on your new account today. Mountain West Farm Bureau Insurance, the Eric Dirk Agency, protecting what matters most, local service you can trust, and specializing in home, auto, life, and farm ranch products. And finally, C.M. Russell Hall of Famer Linda Morin, Rustler Pride.
All right, we are here and we are joined by a very special guest. It is the legend that is Trig Traeger. How you doing?
What's up, y'all? How you doing?
So Trig Traeger, tell me a little bit about yourself. What's your favorite sport?
Favorite sport is anything that I can grill or that I can hunt.
Outdoorsy kind of man. I like that.
You know it. You know
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Well, what's the best Christmas gifts you've ever gotten there?
Best Christmas gift? Wool socks.
Wool
Wool
socks.
Keep those feet warm when you're out in the wild.
Wow. Okay. And then the worst Christmas gift.
Oh, them darn video games that they play. Nobody needs that in their world.
Nobody needs the melting of brains or the rotting
Nah.
of minds.
Nah, nothing.
How do you feel about the sport of cross country?
Well, you know, you always say you got to work on your running because you never know when a bear's chasing you.
Now, do you subscribe to the belief of I don't have to outrun the bear, I just have to outrun you? Or do you go for gold and outrun the bear?
Well, you know, that's why I hunt with people that are slower than me.
Oh, well, when did you become a Great Falls High legend? How far back does the legend of Trig Traeger go?
Well, you know, a few months. I mean, you know, that's the origin story.
Yeah. Is the greatest grill really a Traeger grill?
Well, yeah.
Are there
I mean,
others?
I mean, there's other ones, but they're just kind of second JV, if you will, with the sports show. So I'm going to say it's JV level.
Oh, man, this has been too fun. All right. Well, Trig, it's been a pleasure getting to know you
It's
a
a
little
joy.
bit
It's
here.
always a joy, Mr. Richard.
We're going to go ahead and welcome Coach Killian on the show now.
All right, now we can go back to something normal. How to kill the stupid redneck accent and do it normal, right?
Yes. I did not know what to expect when I did.
Oh,
that,
me
I was
neither. I
like,
just winged it.
but I was like, this is going to be one of those episodes where I have to get creative about it.
Oh,
And
you
this
have
is
to.
going to be the best way to do that.
We didn't
so-
highlight that you're usually the one who's hunting with me when we're talking.
Oh. So there was a speech I gave to one of the teams where I said, you know, there's the saying, I don't have to outrun the bear, I just have to outrun you. And I say, screw that, because that means that you're just trying to not be last. And I said, when it comes to life, try and be first, like go for gold. So I
Heck
said,
yeah.
outrun the bear. Like that's my mission for you guys this season is outrun the bear. And I think it's, you know, in its own odd way, it's a good message because there are too many people out there that try to just not be last. They're like,
Yeah.
as long as I'm, you know, in the top 20, I can be 19th. Like, why? Like, why would you?
Yeah, just and I think Ella nailed it. You know, obviously, there's going to be competition. There's going to be the fight. You want to go get that person in front of you, but really, when it comes to sports, and Ella and I have had a good conversations out there because I was a swimmer in high school too, and then you have cross country and track, and you are racing yourself, and that's the ultimate win.
Yeah.
And if you're just trying to like, I don't want to suck, where's the fun in that?
Yeah.
Like the training already does sometimes. And so like, I always want to be better than I was. And when you do that, it's a win. You can be the fastest kid on the team, you can be the middlest, you can be the slowest, and you can find as much success as the next kid because you are always racing yourself. And that's the big W. And you always want to go for that. You don't want to be just good enough. You want to be great for where you're at.
So what are you hoping that they took away from the season and apply for next year?
Gains. we were a very young team. We had on the top end, just this random, I've been coaching cross country a long, long time. And never in my life have I seen the number one boy and the number one girl on our team both go down with injury. And that was unbelievable. It was unfortunate. But what it also did was it allowed some of that next group to really up their game. And gosh darn it, they did. And it didn't, when you lose a kid like we did with Aislinn and with Xander to injury, that's a tough thing to come back from. And it's going to affect your team performance, because when you lose that number one, the one who was your number 8 is now your 7, your 7's your 6, your 6 is your 5, and the 5 scores, you're dropping a whole position. That can be 30 points sometimes. And it's unbelievable what that can do for your team. But it also galvanized that next group of runners coming up, and they performed great. And while our placing at state wasn't anything you'd write home about, what brought me pride was we have 14 runners at state, and 12 of them ran course PRs. They ran the fastest they ever have on that Missoula course. And that's your dream. You always want to hit a course PR. And then of those 12, 4 of them ran lifetime PRs. 3 of them ran season's best marks. And that, you can't ask for anything more. They ended the season on the highest note on that course. And gosh, that's a dream.
Yeah.
And, when we're talking about goals and growth, of those 14, 12 are running next year on the Bison program. We're in a great position looking forward. And that makes all of us, Mason, Camry, and myself, we're so excited. So excited.
So I know Killian requires the football team to do track and field.
Cheetah does.
Or-
I require him
wow.
too. We're good on this. Cheetah's my buddy. I might not have the
It's been a
face
long
for
season.
radio
Jeez.
that Cheetah does, but we're good.
Cheetah requires the
Yes.
football team to run track, and so you do that for your cross country guys.
I want him to. We have a lot of universal group. This is obviously my first year as a head cross country coach, but I have had a lot of conversation with him that there's a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
That track, for a distance runner, track is nowhere near as fun as cross country. When you're running on cross country, we're going on courses where you're going through hills, you get scenery. Gosh dang it, we saw a young lady get took out by a deer. Like literally took out by a deer on a course. That's not happening on the track. You're not going to see that. And she still PR'd. It was unbelievable. that she's my spirit animal now. And I don't even know who she ran for, but I heard she PR'd, and that's just amazing.
Wow.
When you're on the track, when you're a like true distance runner, you're running a mile or a 2 mile. That's 4 and 8 laps around the track, or I guess 1,600 and 3,200. And like the scenery doesn't really change.
Yeah.
Like it is what it is. And so it's a different challenge, but it is that conditioning, and there's a mental toughness built by doing that on track. And so if you want to see those gains you can get on cross country, track is a natural fit. And then obviously on my own personal level, but I love seeing our kids. I want to see all our kids doing multiple sports. So I tell the kids, if you're not involved, like it takes a special kid to be a wrestler. It's incredible. Those are the toughest sons of guns you're going to see. They're going mano a mano, and literally it's a battle against another human being, of the like oldest tradition of like sport, pretty much. Not everyone's a basketball player. So I'm like, if you don't have a sport, get out in the water. If you don't have like one of those other ones, get in the water. I was a swimmer in high school. I loved it. It was the best conditioning I could do in the off season. And I always got into track season better because I got out of the pool.
So it's self-accountability.
There's a self-accountability. There's a toughness. Swimming is incredibly difficult. It's a full body workout. I want them doing stuff to build their way through. So I tell the cross country kids, hey, get in a sport. If you don't, like, get in wrestling, get in basketball, get in swimming. Like, those are your things. If none of those are your thing, okay, I'll have some off-season work for you. But my preference is always Bison sports before you do just off-season work. And then obviously the carryover is in the track. And we have some great tennis players. But if you're doing tennis just for kicks and giggles, you're not going to get the gains as you would on the track. We have baseball starting up. If you're a ball player, go play ball. If you're a softball player, go play ball. We got a great new head softball coach. you love talking about Mac. Mac is one of the best dudes on the planet.
He is.
You also get him in the spring with baseball now. And
Yeah.
so like, if not, you get out, you want to see those games, tracks where you're going to see it.
Well, what is the greatest Christmas gift you've ever gotten?
I mean, I'm going to be all sentimental, obviously.
Oh boy.
So it's kind of a Christmas. It was 2 days after, but my wife's and my anniversary is 2 days after Christmas. You can't beat that. Like, you know, marrying the love of your life, your best friend is a
How do you guys pick that date?
There's a story around that, but
Like we want the holidays to be all about us.
Her dad's advice to us and really command was she needed to finish her college career as an athlete. We didn't want anything to get in the way of that. So she's a volleyball player. And so we were going to get married when she was done with her senior year of volleyball. And so when she's a senior in college, I'm in my first year as a teacher. Winter breaks when it's going to happen. And so we did during Christmas break. And we actually had it planned for January 3rd because 1 and 3 were both of our main numbers through sport. And the venue we picked, they botched the game. They penciled us in. Nicole did a pencil and you can do like a soft reservation she penciled in for January 3rd. And she called back the next day, said, we're going to reserve it. We're locking it in. And the guy was like, oh my gosh, I wrote it down on the wrong day. And somebody had already booked paid down payment on January 3rd. And so I'm like, well, I guess we'll go a week earlier. And it happened to be December 27th. And so it's the way it was. Thank God my youth pastor from high school was gracious enough to come up we got married up in Northern Washington the day after Christmas with his own family to marry us. And
you don't ask for much, do you?
Like so many great things. But oh my, or I guess he mentored us, and it was actually, my brain's slipping because it's been almost, 23 years now, 22 years. But it was the matron of honor's dad, because the youth pastor couldn't. Mindy's dad came up and married us. He was going to be there anyway for Mindy. So, but yeah, it's a trick doing it right after. But it was a darn good Christmas gift to be able to go up and right after Christmas marry my bride.
Wow. So that's a high bar. What's the worst Christmas gift you've ever gotten?
I'm a dad. And not that that's the bad thing, but my kids get
nice
me socks,
recovery there.
Literally every year. Socks, socks.
Yeah.
And
can't handle socks, man.
I mean, it's a thing. I go through socks a lot because I run every day, and so I destroy socks. And they're always goofy socks. The goofy socks are not always good for running in. Which is a bummer. They give you blisters. And so that's part of it. They also supplement that with hot sauce, which I thoroughly enjoy. And so that at least balances it out. Socks and sauce.
Okay.
The double S. Yeah.
And let's see if you can beat the answer of December, but it's not Christmas until.
Oh, people are going to hate this. I can listen to Christmas music all year round.
Oh.
And so there's no shame in that. So
it never stops being Christmas.
No, never. I love Christmas. I find Christmas music to be beautiful. Especially, I'm not big on the jingle bells, but the ones about Jesus and stuff are big in my world.
I've got a solid playlist of Christmas music.
And so for me, that's just an extra form of just great worship music. And it's great avenues to embrace really what season's about. And it shouldn't be relegated to 1 month of the year.
All right. So and now that we've gotten the wedding answer out of the way,
yes.
What was your Red Ryder BB gun? Let's
Ryder
ask
BB gun.
that. There we go.
Right. See, now I have to think, because I was I felt locked in when I gave that answer. So I've been ready for this. Gosh dang it. Now I have to use that noggin. Best gift I've gotten. Man.
Doesn't even have to be the best gift. The Red Ryder BB gun is
the Red
one that you
Ryder, I
begged
didn't shoot
for
my out,
and-
thank
and-
goodness.
and got it.
I honestly to relegate off of Trig Traeger here. I grew up playing a lot of video games. And so my dad got my brother, and part of it was my brother's 11 months younger than me. And so usually stuff for one of us was for both of us. And so we got a gaming system. Might have been old school regular Nintendo. We were so excited because we grew up playing the Atari, and then it shifted into the old school 8-bit NES, baby. And then we learned my mom played it a lot more than I did. My mom was
Wow.
a wizard at Tetris and Dr. Mario. She could beat you black and blue with that game. It was
Jeez.
incredible. But might have been something like that. We definitely grew up on that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that will do it for our Thank You Great Falls High Bison episode. Also, my birthday episode.
Yes, happy birthday. Hey, this guy, it's his 9th anniversary of being 30.
That's the best
so,
way to put it right
yes. So
Yeah,
it's the penultimate step to your 40s, my friend.
Oh, man.
I'm on the latter half now, so I'm telling you, it's not terrible. Waking up sucks, but the rest is okay.
I remember when I turned 30, I said to a friend of mine who was a year older, I was like, what does this mean? He's like, it means that you're closer to 40 than you are 20 now. And I was like,
Yeah.
Oh, that hurts. He's like, yep.
Yeah.
And you're closer to 50 than you will ever be to a teenager again. And I was like, stop it right now. So
That one's hard.
yeah, that one's a little hard.
I think when my sister-in-law turned 25, I said, instead of happy 25th, I was like, congratulations, you're a quarter of a century.
Yeah.
And she did not like that very much.
There's certain ways to put it that I'm
No, if any time you can make it not awesome is awesome.
But next week, we officially begin winter sports
Yes, sir.
for the coaches show. And we start off hot with CMR Wrestling.
Oh, very
They
nice.
host the Holiday Classic.
Yes, they do.
And so Coach Jensen will be here with a couple
Good man.
wrestlers to get us jazzed up for that. And then we'll see how the back and forth goes. I'm very excited to see how we do swimming. I'm going to guess it only needs 2 episodes and not 4. But Mac,
I mean, cross country is a 2-gender sport, and we get 1. So,
so
good with it.
I think that'll be a good one as well. And then, yeah, basketball, obviously, we'll get around to those ones. But, yeah, we're going to start things off with wrestling next week. So thank you again to all the fall sports for Great Falls High. You guys were awesome. Cross-country football, all you guys were so much fun. So, and thank you to Trig Traeger for making a special guest appearance here.
Y'all
And
come back, you hear?
yes, we are live every Monday at Stadium Sports Bar Casino under the stadium lights here. So for Great Falls High, I am, as always, the team man, Richard Tiemann. We will see you guys next week.
Go Niners.